Well, a weaker yen is pushing a record number of tourists to Japan. There were more than 14 million arrivals in the first 4 months of this year. That's more than 40 million visitors that are forecast this year versus 36 million in 2024. CNA's Yasmin Jonkers spoke to flag carrier Japan Airlines on the sidelines of the IATA meeting in New Delhi. Managing Executive Officer Ross Leggett discusses the issue of overtourism and if JAL has plans to expand in India, now the third largest aviation market in the world.
My biggest challenges will be aircraft. So if I don't have enough aircraft to fly where I want to. But regulatory-wise, the market here is growing so rapidly that it takes, I think, time for governments and airports to catch up. We don't have any immediate plans to expand here, but we would look at expansion in the midterm. The regulatory hurdles are not easy here. That it would be a great improvement if they could be streamlined to be similar to what we have in other countries as well. Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to get a slot.
Yes, landing rights. I've been told more seats to sell. Tough to get there too. Parts of Japan also prone to over-tourism. It's the happy problem, isn't it?
It is.
Do you consider your business perhaps complicit in this, or are you having any initiatives at JAL to make things better for Japanese people?
Mm-hmm. One of the initiatives we're looking at is to expand destinations other than just the traditional Tokyo, Kyoto. That is, Kyoto can be a little bit over too many tourists sometimes. And I understand that the local people have concerns that they can't get on their bus, and things like that. We're looking at more regional areas as well. And how we can expand the inbound market to not just Tokyo, but to get out into the countryside of Japan, which is also very beautiful.
Spread it out a little bit.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Hokkaido is really popular at the moment.
Of course, yes. Lots of nature there, lots of great food as well. But are you having, closer collaboration or often having chats with local authorities to work this out?
So the local prefectural governments as well are in general, very welcome to have more incoming visitors. Okay, it's a very good source of overseas income for them. Most of them are very welcome. They're welcoming, and there's some very successful prefectures that have increased their overseas inbound travel a lot, and we talk to them all the time. Yeah,
it's good to know. So since COVID, you've been talking about how the big money spinner is actually inbound, isn't it? And outbound, affected by the recovering Japanese yen. Is it still the same situation?
Definitely. So I think when we talked last year, the yen was about peaking at 160 yen to the US dollar. It's about 142 at the moment. It has a very good stimulation to inbound travel. It makes Japan affordable, and that's been very good for us. The cross side of that, of course, is for Japanese travelers to travel overseas. It makes overseas travel more expensive. I think the Goldilocks point, though, is around in the mid 130 yen. If the yen would become stronger or appreciate to a mid 130s, then that would stimulate Japanese traffic a lot more.
Is there any impetus then to push for domestic growth?
Domestic growth will be difficult. I think that the
great competition with trains and how interconnected everything is.
Yes. So, and the demographics, if I think of long term in Japan, the demographics in Japan is aging and shrinking, so that maintaining the current network and frequency will be a priority for us. And that we have to look at that over the years. But I don't think expansion will be on our books for a while. Other than to the major city centers like Tokyo, if we could increase from Tokyo, it'd be great.
And there's a big order of Embraer jets in about 3 years.
Correct. So we're looking at our subsidiary airline in Osaka, J-Air, has a fleet of 18 Embraer flights, which will come up for renewal from 2028. We'll look at the policy decision for that this year, within 2025, and looking at the number of aircraft, the size of aircraft, and which routes we're going to replace them with. It'll be a gradual process, though. It won't be a quick process.
But that's mainly to push your domestic markets, right? And support domestic travel.
Correct, yes. So the reduction in demand will be very slow. I mean, it takes a long time for the average age to reduce.
Are you considered a bit of a leader in this? Are people looking to you to see how this Embraer story works? Because a lot of people are still holding on to the Boeing and the Airbus dream. Mm-hmm. And for many, that's not going anywhere now.
Well, it's still our biggest aircraft holders are Boeing and Airbus. We have 350-900s on order. We have 787-9-9s on order. This is for quite a smaller market for regional Japan. And maybe in the future to also look at from Haneda as well for some of the Embraer traffic, but it's from Osaka as our base so it's less the densely populated areas to the region traffic.
All right. And just very practically in the last year, we had a Japan Airlines incident. We had the Coast Guard incident domestically. What have the conversations been around safety and improvement that have, actually kicked into some sort of action in Japan?
Yeah. So within Japan Airlines, to start off with, of course, safety constantly. It's part of our DNA. It's part of our life that we look at reviewing it all the time. The infrastructure at Haneda Airport that has been improved with the lighting, also on the ground lighting, so that one of the faults we think may have been difficulty to understand the stop lines and things like that. That has been improved. So there's been physical changes and training changes as well for airport staff and JAL staff.